this a 3 crochet hook, but you can use any hook size depending on the yarn size, and a pair of scissors. Yarn I'm using is the acrylic yarn, and use any color, but use the color according to the daisy flower, like the yellow, white, and green for the leaf. So first we're gonna start with the middle part of the flower, and you can use the yellow color for making the middle part of the flower. Left hand and wrap the yarn around these two fingers twice, and stick this yarn end which is coming over here after wrapping around the fingers twice. Stick it towards your palm and secure it with your thumb, and flip your hand. You can see two parallel lines on the front and a crisscross at the bottom. You're gonna go through the first line. Basically, I'm gonna call this the first loop, this the second loop throughout the video. You're gonna go through the first loop and grab onto the second loop, and you're gonna pull it through the first loop. So you're gonna retrieve your hook next. You can see a triangle formed over. Hi, today we are crocheting this daisy flower keychain or charm, and this tutorial is for absolute beginners. Hi, today we are crocheting this daisy flower keychain or charm, and this tutorial is for absolute beginners, the people who never tried crocheting or just started. They can really make it by following me and my videos. Materials I'll be using is a 3 crochet hook, but you can use any hook size. So the people who've never tried crocheting or just started, they can really make it by following me and my videos. Materials I'll be using is 3 crochet hook, but you can use any hook size depending on the yarn size, and a pair of scissors. Yarn I'm using is the acrylic yarn, and you can use any color, but use the color according to the daisy flower, like the yellow, white, and green for the leaf. So first we're gonna start with the middle part of the flower, and you can use the yellow color for making the middle part of the flower. So let's start with the magic ring. So grab your yarn while using the fingers twice, and stick this yarn end which is coming over here after wrapping around the fingers twice. Stick it towards your palm and secure it with your thumb, and flip your hand. You can see two parallel lines on the front and a crisscross at the bottom. You're gonna go through the first line. Basically, I'm gonna call this the first loop, this the second loop through you. You're gonna go through the first loop and grab onto the second loop, and you're gonna pull it through the first loop. So you're gonna fingers of my left hand, and I'm going behind my index finger, and I'm gonna hold onto my piece. This is my piece with my middle finger and thumb, and for the hook this is the piece with my middle finger and thumb, and for the hook this is nothing really special. I'm just holding it how I'm writing, or you can also hold it like knife, but I prefer the pencil gripping personally. So we're done making the magic ring, and we're gonna place 6 single crochets into this ring. So to place a single crochet, I insert my hook into the ring. I'm also cutting onto the yarn end, so it's easy to me to fasten off and to weave in it later. And then after inserting, I'm gonna yarn under on the working yarn. Basically, I place my hook on top of my working yarn, and I'm gonna pull through the loop. The ring. And now I got 2 loops on my hook. I'm gonna yarn over, pull through both loops on my hook. So this is single crochet. Now you can see how weave formed over here. This is the first single crochet. You don't need to mark it, but if you had any confusion, you can just mark it. So to mark, you're just gonna slide your stitch marker through this V over here. This V is the first stitch, but I don't need it. If you need it, you can just mark it with a stitch marker. And then after, you're gonna insert your hook into the ring again, placing your second single crochet, also cutting onto the yarn end over here with on top of your hook. And then after yarn under, pull through the ring. Now I got 2 loops on my hook. I'm gonna yarn over, pull through both loops on my hook. So this is my second. You can count it from the front, from the above part. You can see there are V's. So place my second, third one yarn, insert my hook into the ring, also cutting onto the end, yarn under, pull through the ring. Now I got 2 loops on my hook. I'm gonna yarn over, pull through both loops. This is my third one. I'm going to place 3 more to have a total of 6. So you're just gonna repeat the same steps like how you normally place your single crochet. Now I've played my 6th single crochet just now, and I'm gonna close up the circle. So first you're gonna close the gap in the middle. So just pull the yarn end over here like this tightly, so it will close the gap in the middle. And then now you need to attach to the first stitch to form a circle shape. So we can see a V over here, or you may mark it by it. You can see a V over here. This is kind of loop, and then one below thing is the V, and we're gonna go through the V. So it might be a bit harder for you because this is the first stitch. I'm gonna insert my hook into this, and then now after inserting, you're gonna carry onto the yarn end and yarn over, pull through the stitch. Just pull through, and now you got 2 loops on your hook. You're gonna pull loop on your left through the loop on your right. So pull through, and then now after this, you're gonna tighten it. So slip stitch. This is called the slip stitch, and we need to tighten the slip stitch so that we are not gonna mistake it as an extra stitch. And then after this, we're gonna fasten off. So chain 1. So to chain, I yarn over the working yarn, pull through the loop on our hook, and pull up a bigger loop, but not that bigger. Just leave it like this, and then pull. Just cut it. Pull out the working yarn, tighten the stitch, and now we are done with this part. We're gonna move on to the petals. So now you're gonna make your current yarn the white yarn, or what's your yarn for the petals. So to attach, you're gonna hold on to your piece that you made just now, and you're gonna hold this yarn end of your white yarn, and you're gonna just hold it like you hold normally, but like in this way, not having any stitch or circle or something else. Just hold it this way and place it at the back of your ring, and just hold each of the things together. And you're gonna go through this first stitch. So you can see we made a slip stitch over here, then we, and then there's a stitch. This is our first stitch as well, you can see. So like this is the first stitch. We're gonna insert our hook into this stitch, and then we're gonna yarn over onto the white yarn. Hold onto these yellow yarn ends with your right hand, like with your these 2 fingers, and then now you're gonna yarn over on this working yarn. So to yarn over, you bring your hook on the back, over on top of the yarn working yarn, and pull through the stitch. So you form the loop on your hook with the color white, and then now you're gonna chain 2. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, and now you got 2 loops on your hook. You're gonna place a double crochet. So to place a double crochet, yarn over the working yarn, insert your hook into the exact same stitch. So this same stitch, insert your hook into it. I hope you can see. So insert your hook into the exact same stitch, and I'm gonna cut onto this white yarn so we can hide it inside our stitches of the petal. After inserting, we're gonna yarn over the working yarn and the white yarn and pull through the stitch. Now I got 3 loops on your hook. We're gonna yarn over, pull through the first 2, and then got 2 loops left on your hook. You're gonna just yarn over, pull through both loops on your hook. This is a double crochet, and then now you're gonna place 4 more to have a total of 5. So one petal contains 5 double crochets. Yarn over the working yarn, insert your hook into the exact same stitch. You can see a hole over here as well, and also cut onto the white yarn. You're gonna yarn over, pull through first 2, and now pull through the left of the 2 loops. This is our second double crochet, and move on to the third one. Yarn over, insert your hook into the exact same stitch, also cut onto the yarn end, white one, yarn over, pull through. Now got 3 loops on your hook, you're gonna yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, and then after yarn over, pull through left of the 2, you have 3 double crochets, move on to place 2 more. Okay, so place crochet, and then after this place another double crochet in the exact same stitch. So basically you're gonna place 5 double crochets in the same stitch. And now after placing 5 double crochets, you're gonna chain 2. So to chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, and you're gonna slip stitch to the same stitch. So insert your hook into the same stitch where all of the stitches of double crochets are coming from. So insert just directly, and then after yarn over, pull through. And now you got 2 loops on your hook. You're gonna pull this loop through this loop. So pull it through this. So like this. So chain 2, 1, 2, like this, and then now you're gonna yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch. You can see we have 4 stitches left onto our page. Don't count this one, this is the slip stitch. 4 stitches left, it means that we have a total of 5 petals. So yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch. Also caught onto the Y yarn end, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through first 2, yarn over, pull through left of the 2 loops, and place 4 more double crochets into the exact same stitch. So yarn over, pull through 2, and pull through 2. So in double crochet, first we yarn over, insert our hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over, pull through 2, left. So this is double crochet. Let's place a third one, is yarn over, insert my hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through. Now I've got 3 loops on my hook. I'm gonna yarn over, pull through just the first 2 loops at a time. Now I've got 2 loops on my hook. I'm gonna yarn over, pull through both loops. We have 2 more to go. So yarn over, insert my hook into the exact same stitch, yarn over, pull through. Now I got 3 loops on my hook. I'm gonna yarn over, pull through first 2, and then yarn over again, pull through left of the 2 loops, and then now I'm gonna place my last. So yarn over, insert my hook into the stitch, same stitch, yarn over, pull through. Now I've got 3 loops on my hook. I'm gonna yarn over, pull through first 2. Yarn over, pull through first 2, and then pull through left of the 2. So we are done making the 5 double crochets, and now we are gonna chain 2, and then we're gonna slip stitch into the same stitch where all the stitches are coming from, and then now we're gonna tighten it so we don't have a loop visible in front. And this is how we're gonna make the petals. So you have 3 more to go to have a total of 5 petals, and your flower might look like this after the end. And now I'm gonna meet you when I'm at the last petal. So I'm gonna play 3 more of them. So I'm gonna have a total of 5, and I'm gonna meet you over here when I'm at the last petal and I'm done with it. Then now I'm on my last petal, so chain 2, and then yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch, next stitch, and then yarn over, pull through, just place 5 normal double crochets, but there's a difference in this stitch while placing a slip stitch like how we did normally. Place 5 double crochets and then chain 2, and then place slip stitch into the same stitch where all the stitches are coming from, but then first place double crochets, and then after this you sure that you've placed 5 double crochets. You're gonna chain 2, and then instead of placing slip stitch into the same stitch, finish off our work after, but this is not the rule. You finish off our work after, but this is not the rule. Your piece are probably gonna go hexagon. So don't place a slip stitch in the slip stitch or another stitch in the slip stitch. A slip stitch stays the same itself. A slip stitch stays the same itself. Now do the yellow ends together, and then after hide the yellow end, and if you did it, you can also